This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The Big Pass dredging controversy continues to heat up.
The Siesta Key Association and a longtime Siesta resident announcing plans to file a lawsuit in hopes of blocking the city from dredging Big Pass to renourish Lido Key beaches. ABC7's Bobeth Yates joins us now with the details. Bobeth.
Yes, the Siesta Key Association is now the third organization to add their name to the list of people willing to sue the city for dredging Big Pass.
We're not the boy crying wolf here. All one has to do is look at the pictures, walk the beach during high tide, at least the south half of Lido, and people can see for themselves.
Sarasota City Manager Tom Barwin says the shoreline of Lido Key is in dire need of sand.
The Gulf of Mexico could breach the shoreline. Consequently, the Gulf would run into the Ben Franklin Drive and our streets would be inundated with Gulf water. If it got bad enough, we'd have to shut down the sanitary sewer system so salt water doesn't go to our wastewater treatment plant. So we're now flirting with disaster.
Barwin says the result would be millions in property damage, much of which would be paid for by taxpayers. And that's why they want to dredge Big Pass and transfer that sand to the Lido shoreline. And on the other side of the issue are Siesta Key residents.
They really need sand. They don't really need this sand. We really need this sand. And I think we need to sit down with them and figure out a way to accomplish this without compromising the safety of Siesta Key.
In addition, Siesta Key resident Michael Constantino says the city has yet to provide any guarantees that dredging the pass will work.
That shoal is like a helmet. It protects Siesta Key and all of the properties on the north end of the island, and we certainly want to help Lido get some protection from themselves, but we're not willing to give up our measure of protection to make it their measure of protection.
But as the debate goes on, the clock is also ticking, because if the city gets the permit to move the sand from Big Pass to Lido by the end of the year, 60% of the project would be paid for with federal funds, a situation that has city officials looking for a compromise.
We really don't have time for delay. There's a major public safety issue here at hand.
Now, city officials also add if they get the permit by the end of the year, they can actually have the project also completed around that time between December and January. Back to you.
Thank you, Bobeth. Although it's a nice day on the Suncoast, a powerful storm is battering the Northeast with heavy rain, wind, and coastal flooding and snow. The nor'easter has knocked out power to more than 35,000 customers from Pennsylvania to New England. High winds uprooted trees and smashed them onto homes.
3 houses in a row. One came down at about 5 a.m. We heard it and it woke us up. Another one next door came down at about 9 a.m. and I thought, oh, I hope that's it. And then that giant one came down.
The storm turned deadly when a sign from a car lot struck a man in Philadelphia, and the weather is bad on the West Coast as well. A state of emergency has been declared for 50 counties in California slammed by winter storms that triggered mudslides.
And storms are part of a same system that spawned dozens of twisters across the South, killing 20 people in Georgia, Florida, and Mississippi. Today, the National Weather Service is confirming at least 9 tornadoes struck Alabama over the weekend. The agency says the strongest was an EF2 that hit Choctaw County on Saturday with winds up to 120 miles an hour. That storm injured 4 people and destroyed 4 homes in western Alabama.
The Mississippi National Guard is helping people recover from the weekend tornado outbreak. More than a dozen Guard members from a unit in Gulfport are working in the cities of Petal and Hattiesburg, providing assistance to the police departments. Guardsmen are directing traffic and manning checkpoints for the areas restricted to property owners and emergency crews. They're also standing watch over heavily damaged businesses to prevent looting.
Our weather improved considerably today.
Big time.
Yeah, beautiful day on the Suncoast. Here's Bob with more.
Yep, the very active storm system, all the video that you showed right there, also the nor'easter, all part of the same system that moved through the deep south and brought us the rough weather and tough boating conditions, but not the case now. Things are calming down considerably. Look at all the clear skies. They're beautiful out there. Sea's still a little bit choppy out there and the sun getting ready to set in just about 20 minutes or so from now. And I'll tell you what, it is beautiful out there currently. We have a wind out of the west-northwest. Yesterday at this time, we were dealing with 20 to 25-mile-an-hour winds. Today, much different story as a result of the high pressure building in behind it. We will see the potential for some fog tonight, though. It could be rather thick in some areas, especially east of I-75, so that'll be a factor tomorrow morning under clear skies, light winds, and that fog get rather thick. We have to look for advisories on that. And as far as our winds go tomorrow, they'll be out of the south, so that'll warm us up even more so. We'll have highs tomorrow above average back into the mid-70s. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. He's the last human to walk on the moon, and today Gene Cernan was laid to rest in Texas. Cernan died last week at the age of 82. He's known for a number of feats. In 1966, he became only the second American to walk in space. Excuse me. In 1969, he piloted Apollo 10 lunar module, descending to 8 nautical miles above the moon. And then in 1972, he walked on the moon as part of Apollo 17, and he was the last person to do so. He will be buried with full military honors at the Texas State Cemetery in Austin. Now to the latest on President Trump's first 100 days in office.
White House spokesman Sean Spicer doubling down on the president's repeatedly debunked claim that millions of illegal immigrants voted to cost him the popular vote. ABC's Lana Zach is in Washington with the latest.
The question of false claims continue to plague the new administration. White House spokesman Sean Spicer maintained the president's belief in a repeatedly debunked claim that millions of illegal immigrants cost the president the popular vote.
The president does believe that. He has stated that before. I think he stated his concerns of voter fraud and people voting illegally during the campaign. And he continues to maintain that belief based on studies and evidence that people have presented to him.
But in follow-up questions, Spicer could not provide concrete evidence and said despite the president's belief in massive voter fraud, the White House would not order an investigation. The Republican and Democratic secretaries of states have all disputed those claims of voter fraud, and even elected Republicans have distanced themselves.
I've seen no evidence to that effect, and I've made that very, very clear.
The White House is still struggling with questions of facts and honesty. In the Senate today, Mick Mulvaney, President Trump's pick for budget director, was asked about inauguration crowd size.
It does appear that the crowd on the left-hand side is bigger than the crowd on the right-hand side.
One Democratic senator said he wanted to make sure Mulvaney will embrace facts if confirmed.
This is an example of where the president's team, on something very simple and straightforward, wants to embrace a fantasy rather than a reality.
Meanwhile, in Supreme Court news, sources tell ABC that Neil Gorsuch, an appeals court judge just 49 years old, is the leading contender to fill Scalia's vacant seat.
We have outstanding candidates, and we will pick a truly great Supreme Court justice.
The president also hosted auto industry leaders and moved forward with the Keystone and Dakota pipelines. But all of those policy issues today are really being overshadowed as people are debating the merits of our democracy and trust in the words of our public officials. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Legislation filed here in Florida aims to close the so-called gender pay gap. The measure would ban employers from paying workers a different salary based on their gender when other factors like experience and skill sets are the same. During a news conference at the Capitol, bill supporters said the legislation is needed, saying women make just 87 cents for every dollar earned by a man doing the same job.
We need just as much as anyone to be recognized for our accomplishments, be paid for those accomplishments, for our education. We have families that we have to support.
Under the measure, pay differences would still be allowed for things like expanded education and experience.
This month's announcement that Macy's is closing its store at Westfield Sarasota Square Mall doesn't come as a big surprise to many retail analysts. Experts say the growth of shopping online or e-commerce continues to reduce the number of people walking into department stores. One local financial analyst says the economy is dynamic and ever-changing. Rob Lyons says department stores are suffering the same fate as video stores, travel agencies, and bookstores.
The basic concept is called creative destruction. Something new, a new technology comes along and it really destroys a lot of infrastructure, a lot of things that have been in place.
Lyons says if driverless cars catch on, they could negatively impact everything from taxi companies to car insurance. We'll have more on these retail woes coming up on ABC7 News at 7. Speaking of shopping, a new Walmart neighborhood market will open in Sarasota tomorrow. A grand opening for the store at Palmer Crossing Plaza will kick off at 7:30 a.m. It will add 95 new jobs to the area and is the first new anchor store to open at that shopping center in nearly a decade. Along with all the typical groceries and a pharmacy, customers will also be able to order online grocery pickup, which is a good segue out of that previous story, because here's the kind of a merging of the two.
Right.
It's coming from the big box store, but you did your purchasing online, so you had that convenience. So
the change is happening quickly, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Well, there's pretty much an app for everything these days, and it can be a nice resource for parents who are trying to figure out how to best care for a newborn.
Coming up, what to watch out for to make sure that your download doesn't end up being more harmful than helpful.
Get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman are the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Smartphone apps to monitor your baby. They may bring peace of mind to new parents, but are they really healthy for your child? With more, here's ABC News senior medical contributor Dr. Timothy Johnson.
He is sleeping safely. But do these gadgets keep your baby safer? Today, a new statement by a group of pediatricians writing in the Journal of the American Medical Association warned that these high-tech devices have yet to prove their worth in preventing sudden infant death syndrome, also known as SIDS. But even absent scientific support, the authors of the new statement say sales continue to grow. The message for parents: try not to be scared into buying these products. The often unnecessary information they provide can have unintended consequences, like suggesting problems that don't exist with your baby, even leading to unneeded, potentially harmful tests. So spare the censors and let new parents have a better chance of sleeping like a baby themselves. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
And now let's head over to Bob, get a check on our nice weather.
Yeah, beautiful day today. It was finally some decent weather. It's still a bit breezy out there on the water. Seas are running fairly high, but they'll come down tomorrow, and looks to be a beautiful sunset for us tonight under generally fair skies. 69 degrees right now. Dew point is at 56. Winds out of the north-northwest at 8, and the pressure 2993, which is just a little bit above standard pressure. 72 the high, just 1 degree above average. It was nice out there. 59 was the morning low. 52 is our normal low. Temperatures will be slightly above that tomorrow to start things off. The record low 29 degrees, and no rainfall to report. We're 0.6 of an inch below average so far. We're going to get a little rainfall to add to that rainfall total, I think, over the weekend. 42 right now as far as the dew point goes. You can see that drier air is in place all across the state. These are dew point temperatures, and we're at 56 now. To give you an idea what it was over the weekend, it was at 70. So the dew point temperature has come down considerably. The actual temperatures now, upper 60s to low 70s, 79 in Miami, 76 degrees into Key West, and right near the coast, upper 60s to mid 60s. 67 now in Inglewood. And Northport, you're at 69, 73, a little bit warmer. In Arcadia right now, the Gulf water temperature at 69 degrees. And typically, the Gulf water temperature at this time of year into the upper 50s. And so it's been a rather warm winter, but things are going to change as we push toward the weekend. Our low tonight, as I mentioned, a few degrees above our normal. We'll be at right around 55 degrees to start the day off. There will be some fog, too. Fog could be rather thick in some patchy areas, mainly east of I-75. Well, all that storminess that was around is well to the east of us now and to the north, causing all sorts of havoc with power outages, some freezing rain, and mainly rainfall, though, along the eastern seaboard. And here comes the next cold front. You can see it right there. Not much to it. A thin line of showers anticipated with this next front. Just not enough moisture to work with. And the area of low pressure is so far to the north that it's not going to create a lot of lift. So no concerns of any severe weather with this front like we saw with the last one. And that thin line of showers will start to move in, looks like late Thursday and into Friday morning. Just a few spotty showers with that one. A little bit better chance, though, with the next one that's due to arrive late Saturday and Sunday. Well, nationally, it's quiet over the southern plain states. A very active subtropical jet stream right there. We have a system moving through the northern plain states. Not going to move much either. And that's going to bring some moderate to heavy snowfall from Nebraska northward into North Dakota. Out west, although you're not showing much here, they're getting the residual effects of the heavy snow they've seen over the last month now, and some of that causing some mudslides and some avalanches in some of the higher elevations there in the Sierra Nevada range. Some freezing rain where you see the pink area all the way from Vermont, New Hampshire, and up into parts of Maine. Temperatures right now 33 in Buffalo. Not bad in New York, 39, same in Detroit, and 24 degrees in Denver. Billings, Montana, the same, and now in Dallas, it's 78, so warming up over the southern plain states, and in Atlanta, it is 61, 65 degrees in Macon. Well, as far as the forecast goes for boaters, it looks to be pretty good. Now, temperatures, again, showing this little bit of a warm-up here over the deep south, and the big cold area, and it's not that cold, is off to the northern plains and into the northern Rockies, so we're not going to chill out all that much. We'll get cool over the weekend, but not extremely cold. Southeast winds 5 to 10 knots, a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now 69 degrees, and beaches will see a high right around 74. Should be a good beach day. The high tide upcoming 9:31 and a low tide at 6:07 tomorrow morning. The extended forecast calls for just a slight chance for showers on Thursday and Thursday night, and then a better chance for rain comes on Sunday with just a few showers. No thunderstorms anticipated on Sunday. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents, but right now traffic is backed up on the Green and DeSoto bridges in Manatee County.
In consumer news, another recall is underway for Toyota. The company is recalling about 79,000 of its Tundra pickup trucks because steps in the rear bumpers could break. This means if the truck is backed into something, that could damage the step and it could break if someone steps on it. 2016 and 17 model years are affected. Owners will be notified next month. Dealers will replace the reinforcement brackets with new ones that are made of steel. IKEA is recalling one of its beach chairs. The company's Mysingso beach chair is being pulled from the floor after global reports started coming in that they can collapse and injure people. The chairs can apparently trap your fingers as well. At least 5 people have been injured so far. IKEA is urging anyone with the chair to return them before January 31st to get a full refund.
Kroger grocery stores are hiring. The chain says they're planning to add at least 10,000 workers this year. Jobs range from part-time clerks and cashiers to department heads and assistant store managers. 9,000 jobs were added alone for veterans last year. Grocers, including Kroger, have been suffering due to declining food prices and tough online competition from Walmart and Amazon.
Entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough and have plenty of power to handle any job with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Wouldn't it be great if you had a sofa covered in fabric that's kid-proof? Now you can! Introducing Kid-Proof by Row, now at Bacon's Furniture. For a limited time only, save 40% off Kids-Proof sofas at Bacon. Just look for the little green hand and select from hundreds of different fabrics that resist almost anything life throws at it. Some fabrics repel liquid, and all the amazing styles and comfortable fabrics are easy to clean. Kid-Proof sofas, now 40% off at Bacon's Furniture in Sarasota.
Erin Andrews sharing some personal health news today.
The Fox Sports sideline reporter tells Sports Illustrated that she battled cervical cancer during the NFL season. Andrews says she underwent surgery for the cancer in Los Angeles on October 11th and was back on the sidelines 5 days later. The 38-year-old says her doctor did not recommend that she return to work so soon, but she says that was her escape. Andrews says she underwent a second procedure in November and was told later that radiation and chemotherapy would not be needed.
TV funny man and talk show host Steve Harvey is in federal court in Dallas to fight accusations he went on racist rants nearly 20 years ago. Joseph Cooper is suing his former boss, claiming he recorded Harvey going on those rants on numerous occasions. After Cooper's legal claims, Harvey fired back with his own lawsuit, insisting Cooper was trying to extort him out of $5 million with potentially damaging recordings.
Former Cosby Show star Keshia Knight Pulliam has given birth to a baby girl. The 37-year-old shared a picture of her cradling the baby's legs on Instagram with the note, "Ella Grace has arrived," with multiple exclamation points. Pulliam's husband, former NFL player Edgerton Hartwell, filed for divorce in July after just 6 months of marriage. The filing came just days after Pulliam announced that she was expecting a baby. Pulliam is best known for her role as Rudy Huxtable on The Cosby Show.
And Mel Gibson is a father for the 9th time. The actor-director's girlfriend, Rosalind Ross, gave birth to their son, Lars Gerard Gibson, on Friday. The new baby isn't the only thing Gibson is celebrating. Today, he received an Oscar nomination for directing the movie Hacksaw Ridge, which also received a Best Picture nomination. Good week for Mr. Gibson.
Yeah, apparently it is. We'll be right back.